All right, I just got the cue that this is being a live stream. I just got the cue from Zoom, which is the third-party app that I'm using to do this live stream. So hello there, good afternoon. I'm Stephanie Treasure, online marketing strategist and business mentor. I'm trying to do an intro, but I'm being interrupted by my own recording on Facebook. Let me mute that, all right? So welcome to this live stream. It's really good to see you. I'm Stephanie Treasure. I'm doing a little bit of a formal intro here because we have a lot of new people in this space right now. I think we're just under 1,000 new people, possibly not all here in this Facebook group, but certainly to my community, which will be receiving notification of this video. So I am Stephanie, and I'm an online marketing strategist and business mentor who works with coaches and consultants who want to make an impact. I support you to grow, leverage, and scale your business to 6 figures through results-focused marketing and business strategies that support your ambitious goals so that you can achieve while making a difference. And I know I welcomed quite a few people from the Visibility, Impact, and Profit giveaway, as well as the Wealthy Coaches giveaway, and a couple of other events that I was featured in very recently. And I want to welcome you again to this space. Thank you so much for being here. You're in the right place if you're watching this in the Facebook group. It's a dynamic community, a vibrant and engaging community of other coaches, consultants, service-based business owners, service providers, course creators. I know there's some bloggers here and others. And it's a community where you can meet and connect with other persons. Some of the connections here go on to be money-making connections, persons who are partnering together to do big things and bring more value to their audience in a paid space. You can connect with persons to just have an accountability buddy, or just to know someone else who is in business like yourself and possibly has similar goals. You can learn from me as I do various trainings here, usually every week, once per week on a Tuesday, and at various times during the week. I share posts, I answer questions, I allow you to share what you do and to share how you're working with people, and to do live streams here in this group as well. So it's a great place to be a part of. I know you're going to love it here. And if you're loving it so far, do invite someone, a business buddy or accountability partner, to join us here as well, especially now because, as you may see from this caption, which I'm going to be speaking about in this live stream, we are on the eve just about of the Ready, Set, Booked challenge, which starts on October 17th. This is a 5-day experience to get you on the fast path to booking your programs solid. So this is a great time to tell your friends about this community, invite them to join us at the challenge. It's a very simple link, easy to remember, stephanietreasure.com/challenge. That's stephanietreasure.com/challenge. Invite them to join us and be a part of the challenge, and help to hold you accountable as you complete the challenge as well. And it's just I'm going to get more into it, but it's an event that I host a couple of times per year at least, and I always have persons achieving breakthroughs and aha moments and actual results just from taking part in this challenge. It's completely free. And my team and I, we work on this behind the scenes to stage this together. And it truly gives you an idea of what it's like to work with me, at least in my group coaching setting, because naturally the challenge is being conducted to many people here, or for many people. So you get a feel of what it's like to work with me, because I give you oodles and oodles of support during the challenge week. So if you're not yet registered to join us, I invite you to do so now. Log on to stephanietreasure.com/challenge. And if you are already signed up, or even if you're going to get signed up now, think about 1 or 2 or 3 people that you already know, that you're already friends with, that you're already networking with online in the online coaching, consulting, or service-based business space, and invite them to join you in the challenge. All right. So as you can see from this caption, actually, before I go into what I have shared here, as you're joining me, especially since we have so many new people, go ahead and comment below and let me know where you're logging in from. And if you have time, I know some people are maybe watching this while you're multitasking, or you may be watching this while you're multitasking on the replay. But if you get a chance, just really quickly, just let me know what you do as well, right? But at the very least, let me know where you're logging in from. I always like to know the what the reach is for these videos and live streams. I know I have persons in various parts of the world, and I'd like to know where you are joining from as well. So as you can see from this caption, I'm going to be talking about demystifying and uncomplicating your process to fully book your programs, right? And I'm talking about this because we're on the eve of the Ready, Set, Booked challenge. And I actually have already been getting some feedback from some of you who are signed up for this challenge as to what your challenge is in your business right now. And I'm hearing a lot that persons want to be able to work with more people. You'd like to enroll more clients. You'd like to, I hear a few persons saying that they'd like to get more visible or have more people know about the work that they're doing, or their brand or how they're supporting their audiences, right? And I really, on the eve of this challenge, and we're going to dive much more into how to book your business solid in the challenge. But I want to share with you how to demystify and uncomplicate the process to fully book your programs. So a little bit about my story as it relates to, my initial foray into business. So my first business was a boutique publishing company where I published a local real estate guide. And the model for that business in terms of how money came in, at least one of the channels through which money came in, was through advertising. And I come from a marketing background, a very strong marketing background in terms of my education and my experience, but I did not quite have any publishing experience. And the boutique publishing company at the time only published one publication, and that was a real estate guide. And I did not have a background in that as well, right? Long story as to why I chose that niche in terms of what I wanted, what the information that I wanted to publish, but it was a passion of mine at the time. And so I was new to the industry, new to publishing, new to the real estate industry. Did not have any, I wouldn't say I had any friends who were players in the industry in terms of knowing anybody personally. So this was a cold audience for me. And once I got that business started and endeavored to bring on my initial clients, my advertisers for that business, I was able to enroll 8 persons, actually 8+ persons in that business in under 8 weeks. And actually, I know it's more than 8, but I conservatively say 8 because I don't want to overestimate the amount that I brought in. But I honestly lost all my files, all my copies of the publication, and so I don't know the exact number. But naturally, it had to fill that magazine, which I believe may have been 24 pages at the time. And so I had to, and there was articles in the magazine as well. But I was able to bring in that many clients in that period of time, being new to the market, being new to the audience, or rather attracting and talking and speaking to a cold audience. And I was able to accomplish that. And while I did not use many online marketing strategies for that endeavor, I've pretty much replicated those strategies in some way, shape, or form in my business. As I continue to bring on clients, I actually have changed hats a couple of times since that business. So I had that one business model, then I had another business model before I came on to coaching. And each time I've been able to bring on clients successfully using some aspect or some shape or form of those original strategies, but bringing it to a new audience and of course a new landscape as I utilize online marketing strategies mostly now. Okay. And so the rules I want to say hasn't really changed as it relates to bringing on clients. The tools have changed and have gotten more dynamic, have increased. There's so many things, so many ways, so many tactics, so many platforms as it relates to social media right now that you can take advantage of to enroll clients in their numbers and do so consistently. But the underlying principles, I want to say, even if it means that I am stepping away from what my colleagues are saying, I want to dare say that the underlying principles haven't changed much. Okay, so I want to demystify and uncomplicate your process to fully book your programs. So fully booked meaning working with the number of persons that you have the capacity to work with in your private coaching programs, and creating and launching and filling your group coaching experiences, which allows you to leverage so that you can work one-to-many and not have to work more hours in order to serve more clients necessarily. And of course, to scale. And as I mentioned before, that's my zone of genius. I help other coaches and consultants be able to utilize, I help them to utilize strategies that will allow them to bring more clients into their business and be able to grow their business to profitability by leveraging and scaling the way that they're supporting clients, the way that they're operating their businesses, so that they can grow to 6 figures and beyond in their business, right? So listen in as I share a couple of points with you. I'm not going to say strategies, right? I want to share a couple of key points with you that will help you to demystify and uncomplicate your process to fully booking your programs. But I'm going to remind you to click the link, Stephanie Treasure, or navigate to the link, stephanietreasure.com/challenge, in order to sign up for the Ready, Set, Book Challenge, which starts on October 17th. It's going to be a 5-day experience that is going to be highly valuable, well worth your time. Okay, so just as I'm doing this live stream, I have a 5 o'clock daily alarm that I set. So excuse me while I turn that off and come back to this live stream. All right. So we're doing this, I'm doing this live, right? This is not a record. Well, it will be a replay by the time, if depending on when you're watching this, okay? So let's talk about demystifying and uncomplicating your process to fully booking your programs, right? So first of all, you have to be all in, and this is probably going to sound like a cliche, but listen up as if you're listening with fresh ears and you've never heard any of this before, because I guarantee you, many of the things that we hear and act upon are things that we've heard numerous times, but there are times in your lives when you hear it as if you're hearing it for the first time, or you hear something that you've heard before, but you act when you're ready. And as they say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, right? So you may not have been ready to hear this before, but I want you to hear it now, okay? So the first thing you have to do is to be all in as the CEO of your business, the chief executive officer, the managing director, the lead partner, the lead strategist, whatever you want to call yourself, the president of the business. You truly have to be all in as such. And let me explain, or let me expand on that, right? You want to set the intention and really be clear and act in this manner that you are all in this business. This is not a trial run. You're not gonna try this business out and see what happens. right? You are not going to wait and see or hope and pray that this little business idea works out. You're really going to step in, get your business registered, put together some kind of a plan, create some kind of a budget that you're going to stick to it or adhere to, right? And a budget is two ways: your money that you're going to spend and money that you'd like to make, right? Or at least, you know, that would more look like your P&L, profit and loss statement, right? But really stay true to the facts and know that you are in business. You mean business, right? So you have programs to sell in terms of how you're going to support your audience, and they need to be filled so that you can support your business, right? If you are going to be opening a brick and mortar, you're going to spend money on getting location, stocking inventory, getting staff, getting machinery, establishing an account with the lighting company, your water company, as well as internet. All these things are going to be in place. So it's not a matter of hoping that it will work out or waiting and seeing. This is a business that you have put money into. And so by virtue of that spend, you're going to be all in and ready, knowing that this is a business that you've started. And in order to support the business in terms of day to day, as well as to allow for you to make an ROI, you're going to have to be all in and serious about the way that you run your business, the way that you show up for your business, the way that you market your business, the spend that you invest, the monies that you spend in your business to not just make it run, but to make it profitable, right? So I want you to be clear that this is for sure. You're not just waiting and seeing and hoping and praying. You're all in behind what you do. You're creating or have created programs, and you're going to sell them, right? Each year that a university operates, or each semester or whenever their enrollment period is, it's clear that where our target is to bring in X amount of students this semester to keep the university running and to turn a profit, right? So it's the same for you, knowing that you're all in as to what you're selling and how many people you need to buy widget A or program A in order for you to break even and be profitable, right? The second thing you need to do, right, in order to demystify and complicate your process to fully book your programs or your business, is to decide how you will bring in leads and enroll clients in your programs. How you're going to bring in leads, qualified prospective buyers, and how many people are you going to, or how are you going to enroll those leads in your programs, right? So to be clear, you may not have all the answers and the fancy dance move tactics, right? And there's many, and you've seen different marketers, different providers out there saying, oh, if you do, this, and this, that's how you're going to get clients. So if you do X amount of TikTok videos, that's how you're going to get clients. So if you do this amount of live streams, that's how, whatever it is, right? You may not have all the answers as to how to do those fancy tactics or implement them in your business, right? But the rules of business, and I said this before, the rules of business are usually pretty clear in terms of what you need to do to bring in the business, right? So your brick and mortar will most likely need to advertise in some way, shape, or form. Advertising can be in a publication, on TV, on radio. It could be printing flyers. It could be proper signage. If it's a brick and mortar and it's in a great location, it could be proper signage in that location. It may be advertising in the newspaper. It may be going to trade shows and spreading the word there that, hey, you can find us at 1 Main Street, right at the corner. That's where you'll find our business, and you can come in and buy XYZ, right? For your online business, right, it could be that you need to advertise on Facebook or Google AdWords or LinkedIn or Instagram. It could be that you need to engage in speaking events, rather looking for speaking opportunities that where you can be on stage, whether virtual or real, and talk about your business to audiences of your ideal prospective clients. And if it's an event in real life, you can be at the back of the room, possibly pay for sponsorship to have a booth, or maybe that's part of what you get as a speaker, and engage persons back there, get business cards, get them on your list, and continue the conversation in terms of getting them into your programs. Or it could be, if it's a virtual event, that the host of the event allows you to share your URL for your website or for some other free offer. It could be that you actually still, even though it's an online business, that you participate in real life events where you are participating as a sponsor of that event, and that gives you exposure to more of your ideal clients. It could be that you have a concrete referral strategy that gets warm leads or hot leads into your business without all the online marketing stuff, even though you have an online marketing presence, right? You have to decide what that will be for your business and execute. If you're not doing the work to bring in quality leads and to bring them into your business and into your programs, then you are going to find yourself in want and in need for bringing on new clients consistently, right? So while I'm talking about demystifying and uncomplicated, uncomplicating the process, it may have sound like I've oversimplified in my response or in my points here, but and there, I've done a bit of that on purpose. Number one, I want for you to to be a part of the Ready Set Book Challenge, and I want for you to get some support, right? Well, not really get some support. I want for you to be clear that as hard as you think it is, the rules really haven't changed as it relates to bringing on more clients, right? However, you may need a little bit more hand-holding or a little bit more customized strategy, deciding on what would be best for you in terms of what suits you and how you'd like to market, or what budget you have, or what your competencies are in terms of speaking or networking, or doing live streams, or executing launches, whatever the case might be. You may need help and guidance for somebody to give you or to support you with the strategies that may work best for you, may work best for your audience in terms of how they will find you, and for your business in terms of what you're selling, right? So yes, you may need to get some support, but that's also another, going back to point number one, in terms of being all in with your business. If you're truly committed to making this a success and you've spent some money, as I said, in the case of the brick and mortar, money's already spent, you've secured the location, you have a lease that could be anywhere from 1 to 2, 3, 5 years. You've employed staff, you've bought machinery, you've invested in inventory, so you need to make this work. Then the fifth thing you may have to do is get an expert that will show you how to really get this thing to profitability. Right? So for you with your online business, it may mean that you need to hire support to help you to get your business to profitability, right? And that's one of the things that you have to do as a CEO who is all in and committed to making their business work. Okay? So let me just look at my notes here, right? So here's my invitation to you. I'd like to see you in the challenge next week. We start on the 17th of October. It's going to be a 5-day challenge. We're going to have daily live streams, daily live stream trainings, right? That's going to be sharing an aspect of about actually 5 things that I've put together for you that's going to help you to get on track to booking your business solid. There's also going to be 5 opportunities for you to participate in a Q&A, a Zoom enabled or a Zoom closed door Q&A/hot seat coaching session with me on the same day that I do these trainings. So once I do the training, which is going to be via live stream, you may have questions that you didn't get answered if you commented on the live stream itself. And so you're going to be invited to a closed door Zoom where you can actually, get on camera or not on camera, but you have a chance to ask questions or post questions real time on that day's strategy for the challenge and get my actual support. So this is why I said before is that with the challenge, you're going to get a feel of what it's like to work with me, because I don't do free Q&A calls usually, right? Usually you have to be, or hot seat coaching calls. Usually these are for my paying clients, right? In one of my group coaching sessions, okay? But you're gonna get access to that in this challenge. Each day, you're gonna receive a challenge prompt to get you in action, an activity that you can do that will help you to take the training that you learned for that day and put it into practice, right? Again, another thing that I do for my clients, I give them homework, things that they can do that will help them to execute what they learned and bring them closer to their goals in their business, right? So you're gonna get a challenge prompt, and I'm going to go even further, and I'm going to award a prize. I'm going to put everybody randomly in a bag, a virtual bag, so to speak, that has actually completed that day's prompt or activity or homework. And I'm going to do a drawing the next day and select a winner. So you're incentivized, right? Sometimes when my clients achieve big wins or have done a homework item, I may send them a little something in the regular mail or something, a little incentive digitally. You get a chance to get a hold of an incentive just for doing the homework in this completely free challenge, right? How exciting is that? So this is going to be the landscape all week, right? You're going to get a chance to win daily prizes. In addition to that, there is a grand prize where you're going to get a chance to win a Get Booked Intensive. This is a 90-minute customized one-on-one session with me where I'm going to look at your business, what you have in place, what you're trying to achieve, which program you're trying to fill, and I'm going to give you a step-by-step strategy to execute in order to bring in your ideal clients into that container, in that program for which you're trying to enroll more clients, right? This is a paid session with me that persons would normally, like I said, you'd have to invest in to be, in order to have that sit down with me outside of my 4-month private coaching program, right? So once you sign up for the challenge, I'll share with you the ways that you can win those prizes. I'm also going to provide you with a beautiful, colorful notebook that one of my team members designed just for you. If you decide to print it, you'll be able to write in that workbook as well, okay? So this is how the challenge is going to play out. The topics, I can give you a rundown of the topics right now, or the main things that we're going to be covering. And if you're watching this live, go ahead and comment below if you had any questions about what I shared. If you're watching this on the replay, feel free to comment below as well, and I'll get back to you. So on day number 1, I'm going to be sharing with you the secret to building expert status confidence and magnetizing your ideal potential clients. And I'm starting off the challenge with this thing as day number 1, because this normally provides people with so much momentum. This alone is worth its weight in gold. I used to only teach this to my private clients. And actually, I should also let you know or give you preview and warning that after the challenge ends, there's going to be a deadline via which you'll be able to watch the trainings. And then I'm going to pull everything down and it will live in my client's private portal. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be teaching you on day number 1. Day number 2, I'm going to be sharing with you a top visibility strategy that will make you stand out and bring in your targeted leads. Day number 3, I'm going to share with you how to activate your audience and pull out the hot leads from behind the curtains. Some of you may already have an audience gathered, either in a small Facebook group or a small email list or on other platforms on social media. And they're there, you're here, they're following in some way, shape, or form. They're on your email list, they're in your group, but they're not taking a bite. They're not taking your, taking your calls to action. They're not doing anything, saying anything, asking any questions, certainly not booking sales calls. So I'm going to show you how to activate that audience so that your hot leads come forward and make themselves known and are able to book themselves into your program. Day number 4, I'm going to be sharing with you simple strategies to get your hot prospects on the phone. And day number 5 is going to take the form of a masterclass training where I'll be sharing with you what it really takes to be fully booked in 90 days. Okay? I've had clients in my programs, and one of my programs is going to be starting shortly after the challenge, which is the Visibility Impact and Profit Accelerator program. It's a 4-month experience, very exciting. We're making some changes to the program. It's going to be a container that I'm looking to bring on 10 persons in that container to be on a journey to get more visible, bring on more clients, be able to make a bigger impact and be at profitability in their business. But I've had clients who not only became fully booked in 90 days or within 90 days, but within a week of starting my programs have been able to book clients, right? High-end clients within just after one phone call, right? So I want to see that for you. I want to share with you how just in the space of a quarter, your business can look totally different once you execute right strategy. Okay, so we're going to be covering that in the masterclass. So lots and lots and lots planned for you in this challenge to make it not just exciting for fun's sake, but to make it impactful for you and truly help you to turn things around in your business for the better. So I'd love for you to be a part of it. Completely free to join stephanietreasure.com/challenge. Once you sign up for the challenge, if you have any questions or you want to speak to me or run something by me privately, just reply to that initial email that you receive and go ahead and ask your question or tell me what you do. I'd love to hear what you're working on, what your goals are for this last quarter of 2022, and what's one big thing you want to learn or you want to see take place in this challenge. If it's not already in there, because there's so much already, let me know and I'll see how I can do possibly a bonus training that will help you to find this even more valuable for you and your specific situation. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in and joining me on this live stream. I look forward to seeing you on this challenge and the friends that you invite to join you in this challenge. Welcome again to the Facebook group and this community. And I will see you later on this week. I'm going to be popping in live here and there, and certainly next week when the challenge begins. Ready, set, booked.